Hey there, this is Steve with Smitty's Fly Box, and today we're going to tie the Zirdle Bug. This is for our intermediate tying box, January 2025. So this has been a really popular pattern out west here, especially up in Montana along the Madison River. It's basically just a combination of a girdle bug and a zonker. So a really buggy fly. You can fish it kind of like a stone fly, like you would a Pat's rubber leg. You could fish it as a streamer like you would as a zonker, but I think it's mostly works well as a crayfish imitation, so it'd be a really good smallmouth fly. You could dead drift it, you could strip it, so just a good fly to have in your box. So I'm using just a regular old streamer hook here, woolly bugger hook, and I'm using 6/0 thread, and I'm going to take some lead wire here and actually add some weight here. So we're just going to run a few wraps along the hook shank here, like so, and we'll secure that in. Again, just in front of that, get our thread started. And then we'll just run our thread right through all those and make nice tight wraps, securing that wire in place. Like so. And then I'll make a bunch of thread wraps just behind there to kind of jam that up. And we're good to go. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is tie in some crystal flash. So I personally don't like a ton of flash on this, so probably 4 or 5 of these strands of crystal flash, like that. And I'm just going to tie those just in the middle there, just where that lead stops, and then just fold them over together and just tie them back to our tie-in point directly above the barb of the hook. And that gives me just a little tuft of flash out the back, and we can just snip those to even those up. All right, then we're going to tie in our chenille, and I tend to like a little bit of a chunkier body, so I'm actually going to tie in that chenille towards the front here and just lay that along the side of the lead wire there, the body, and tie that down all the way back to our tie-in point right there. And now we're ready for our zonker strips. So I've just got a nice piece of rabbit. You can see the hide there. I want the out the back, I want it to be about the length of the hook shank, something like that. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it. We can trim that later, but once I have that, I'm just going to separate that rabbit fur so I have a nice section there that I can lay right on top and just make a few good turns and secure that rabbit in there like so. And we'll just pull that back out of the way and just kind of let that hang back there with everything else. Now let's advance our thread to just barely past halfway. And that's where we're going to tie in the rubber legs. So I've sent you these silicone rubber legs. If you just take 3 of these, like that, and then you can get a clump of 3. And then I usually just cut these in half. And a half of a section of 3, that would do 1 fly. So I'll save the other half for the next fly. And let's just take all 3 of those together. Just lay them across the hook shank like that and tie them down right in the middle of that clump that I broke off. And we'll just figure 8 wrap those a couple of times. And just to get those tied in there, a couple good figure 8 wraps, and we can kind of pull on them and get them sitting how we like that. And now let's just bring our thread forward there like that. Okay, now we're ready for the chenille. Now these legs might get in your way, flipping around everywhere, so just to start, I like to just basically hang my thread over them one time, just till I get things moving here. Okay, so we'll start with our chenille. And let's come underneath that rabbit, and we'll just begin building this chenille body going forward, over the top, away from us. And once I reach those rubber legs, now let's release those. And let's take the back legs. Let's come one more, so I'm kind of tight right there. Now what we'll do is we'll take the back leg and just kind of pull that one down and find the back leg on the opposite side and make a good turn right there, and that kind of captures those. Now let's take the middle leg and pull that back, and let's pull the middle leg on the other side, and that gets that one into place. And now let's pull the front leg and go just in front of those, and that gets them kind of laying how we want. And we'll just continue wrapping towards the eye of the hook. Again, nice tight wraps. And I'm going to leave about an eye length section there, and that's where I'll tie it down. Hold that tight with my right hand. We'll drop our thread over with our left hand and tie that down really good, and we'll clip off this excess right here. Let's just make a few turns there, and we're just building a little head there that we can work with. All right, now we're ready to pull over this rabbit strip like that. We're going to pull that pretty tight there. Once I've found that, let's just comb back where I'm going to trim that off or tie that down. So about right there, that looks pretty good. And now again, I can over the top, away from me, drop that thread over about 3 times. And now we can trim off that rabbit. All right, now let's just pull everything back out of the way, and let's just make sure we tie down that rabbit strip really good and build a nice clean little head there. And then we'll whip finish that. Hit that with some head cement, super glue, whatever you got. And like I said, I fish the Madison River quite a bit in the spring, and I've always used the rubber legs. That's a staple up there. And then this fly got on my radar a few years back, and I thought, well, that makes sense. And some of our home waters that have a little crayfish, it works really well. So try it, put a few in your box, and it's a buggy fly.
Mm-hmm.